My child, stop everything. I said everything. Because what you're about to hear isn't optional. It's a divine summons. I am not whispering today. I'm roaring. Heaven has already moved. Your name has already been spoken, and I need you to open this message immediately, not later, not when it's convenient, but now. This is confirmation of what you've been feeling but couldn't explain, praying for but couldn't see. And if you walk away now, you'll miss the very moment I've aligned for your breakthrough. Stay with me all the way through this word. Every second is loaded with revelation. Every sentence is a key. Every breath is a turning point. Because by the end of this, you will know why I wouldn't let you scroll past. You will feel the shift in your spirit. And you will never be able to say, I didn't know. Open it. Watch it. This is the moment everything changes. My beloved child, heaven is not in a state of guessing or speculation when it comes to you. I do not wonder about who you are. I do not sit uncertain about your future. I do not consider options when I look at your life. I am the Lord your God, eternal, unshakable, and sovereign. And I say to you now with the authority of heaven's throne behind my voice, it is confirmed. I've stamped my seal upon your timeline. I've etched your name into the scrolls of fulfillment, and I've written your breakthrough into the script of eternity. There is no hesitance in me. There is no debate in the courts of glory. There is no second opinion. What I have said concerning you is not pending approval. It is not subject to circumstances. It is not dependent on the validation of others. It is finished. The moment I spoke it, it was set in motion. Even when you couldn't see it, even when you were drowning in doubt and wrapped in delay, my word never lost its power. I didn't forget. I didn't flinch. I didn't rewrite the promise. I just waited for your heart to reach this moment. The moment when you could receive the confirmation I've been holding in my hand all along. You see, I am not a man that I should lie, nor a son of man that I should change my mind. When I speak, I don't just release sound. I release structure. I build realities with my breath. When I decree a thing, creation aligns with it. Heaven dispatches angels. Time bends to make room. And the unseen realm begins to groan for manifestation. And that's what has been happening for you, even when you didn't recognize it. You've walked through confusion, through closed doors, through years that felt wasted, but not a single moment was outside of my orchestration. I didn't abandon the vision. I was weaving it. I wasn't undecided. I was preparing the confirmation for an appointed time. And now, the time is here. Child, it's confirmed. Not just the breakthrough, but you. Your identity is confirmed in me. Your calling is not a mystery. Your destiny is not up for debate. You were never just barely making it into purpose. You were always marked, always known, always destined for this unveiling. The trials were not proof that I withdrew. They were the proving grounds of your readiness. And because you didn't fold, because your trembling hands still reached for me, I now confirm what has always been true. You are mine. You are chosen. You are standing on the edge of a holy release that cannot be stopped, reversed, or denied. And I will make sure the world sees it too, not for your glory, but for mine. Because when I confirm a life, I crown it with evidence. My beloved, lean in closer. I need your spirit wide open for what I'm about to pour out, because this moment is not an invitation to wishful thinking. It is the divine collision between what I decreed and what you are now stepping into. You are not chasing a maybe. You are not tiptoeing toward possibility. You are walking headfirst into a certainty that was carved out in my will before your first breath. There's nothing hypothetical about what I've declared over you. No if, no but, no we'll see. This is the hour where heaven's yes overtakes every earthly delay. I'm not entertaining options. I've already ordered your steps with surgical precision. Every detour was redirection. Every delay was protection. And now, the pathway is clear, paved by my own hands, and lined with evidence that I have never left you guessing. When others saw instability, I was installing immovable truth beneath your feet. You thought you were wandering through uncertainty, but you were really walking through the proof that my word withstands pressure. Let me speak it plainly. What I'm doing in your life isn't experimental, it's eternal. You are not subject to the swirl of opinions or the shifting winds of human reasoning. You are anchored in the rock of my decision. Divine certainty does not flinch when things appear unstable. It roars in the face of impossibility. It defies logic. It crushes delay with the weight of glory. And child, that's exactly where I have placed you. I am not offering you an audition. I'm handing you access. This isn't a season of hinting. It's a season of handing, and what I'm placing in your grasp has been custom forged in the fire of your waiting. The world told you to keep proving yourself. They told you to keep trying harder, keep performing, keep polishing. But I have already confirmed you. You don't need to perform your way into my plan. You are positioned in it. You were crafted for this confirmation. It doesn't need your perfection. You only needed your posture, surrendered, still, and faithful. And because you've carried obedience through silence, through dryness, through nights that begged you to quit, I now say with divine clarity, you are stepping into certainty. The fog is lifting. The doubt is dissolving. The promise is moving from shadow to spotlight. And make no mistake, my child, this moment is not subtle. It is sacred. I am not unfolding your future in whispers anymore. I'm declaring it with thunder. What I'm doing now will be loud with confirmation and weighty with fulfillment. Don't let the enemy convince you that you're still waiting. The wait has ended. The gates have opened. What you thought was out of reach is now running toward you. You are no longer chasing down dreams with uncertainty in your chest. You are being overtaken by answers wrapped in divine timing. Your maybe has turned into my manifestation. This shift will not require striving. It will require receiving. Lift your hands. Expand your faith. And prepare for the certainty of what only I can give you. You will walk into places you didn't apply for. You will hear your name in conversations you weren't present for. You will receive what others said was unrealistic, not because you pushed for it, but because I confirmed it. And when people ask how it happened, tell them the truth. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was the certainty of a God who doesn't miss. So stay here. Stay yielded. Stay watchful. You're not in the hallway of hesitation anymore. You're in the room of release. The door didn't creak open. It flew wide with holy force. And this is only the beginning of what I've confirmed. Let every doubt dissolve. Let every lie lose volume. Let every fear fall flat. You don't need more signs. You need to walk forward. My voice is the final word, and that word is yes. Child, listen to me. Your name has not been whispered in the corners of heaven. It has been declared in the courts of glory. Not in passing. Not in casual tones. Not as an afterthought. I have spoken your name with power, with purpose, with fire. When you thought you were forgotten, I was announcing you. When you were hidden in the shadows, I was calling your name before angels, assigning missions in your defense, unleashing waves of favor that carry your spiritual signature. You are not lost in the shuffle. You are not buried beneath the crowd. I have highlighted you, handpicked you, and heaven has heard your name ring like thunder. The same name you've heard mispronounced, overlooked, even slandered. I have surrounded it with glory. I speak it not with doubt but with divine direction. You were not one of many. You were the one I had in mind when I drafted this moment. I shaped it around your DNA. I tailored it to your spiritual weight. You are not being squeezed into a blessing meant for someone else. What's unfolding now was born in the holy echo of your name. Do you know what happens when I speak your name? Authority responds. Atmosphere shifted. Angelic beings snap to attention. Your name, spoken from my lips, carries the weight of inheritance. It's more than sound. It's signal. It's not just who you are. It's what I've placed within you. Your name, when carried through my breath, breaks barriers. It opens rooms. It disarms lies. And child, this is the hour where you begin to see the difference between being talked about and being called forth. Others may have mentioned your name, but I announced it. Not as gossip, not as noise, as government. When I speak your name, I am executing heavenly justice over every injustice that tried to write you off. I am reversing the script spoken by pain, abandonment, and doubt. I am silencing the false reports and rewriting the narrative. And I am doing it with power that cannot be reversed. This is why the warfare was so intense. This is why the silence seemed unbearable. Because the enemy caught wind of what I was preparing. He saw the movement surrounding your name and tried to drown it out with distraction, delay, and disillusionment. But child, I didn't stop speaking. I didn't retreat. I didn't change the plan. I raised my voice. I clarified your name in the heavenly realms and marked you with oil, the kind that cannot be faked or stolen. You are not operating under borrowed favor. What I'm doing now has your spiritual fingerprint. This isn't recycled glory. It's original design. And because I've spoken your name in power, you are now being summoned, not just sent, but seen. Let this be your anchor. I do not speak a name I don't intend to elevate. I do not call forth what I don't plan to crown. And I have crowned you with evidence. You are about to watch your name be mentioned in places where you were previously forgotten. You'll witness doors open not by networking, but by my nod. What once required effort will now respond to presence, my presence on you. To walk boldly, walk healed, walk commissioned. Because your name has been spoken, not in passing, but in power, and power never echoes without consequence. My beloved, let's speak plainly now, from my heart to yours. Those delays that bruise your hope, those paused prayers that made you feel abandoned, they were never rejections. They were redirections wrapped in mercy. What you called delay, I call divine design. I need you to see it through my eyes now. Every not yet you received wasn't punishment, it was preservation. I wasn't withholding good from you. I was shielding you from the lesser so that the fullness of my plan could arrive untainted. I was rearranging events, removing counterfeits, rerouting connections, and refining timing. Why? Because what I've prepared for you is too weighty to be delivered immaturely. The delay wasn't me ignoring you. You were never being denied. You were being developed. You were being matured into the version of yourself that could actually carry the thing you've been praying for. I was building a capacity in you that comfort could never produce. That's why it stretched. That's why it hurt. That's why it lasted longer than you wanted, because glory takes time to grow. Understand this, divine positioning is not the same as human promotion. The world rewards performance. I reward posture. The world moves fast and loud. I move slow and sovereign. You looked at others being accelerated and thought maybe I had skipped you, but I had stationed you. I had set you in a hidden chamber where deeper things could take root. You thought you were being bypassed, but I had you in a back room of blessing, out of view but not out of plan. I was weaving layers of protection around your promise. I was anchoring your soul, not because I didn't want to bless you, but because I wanted the blessing to last. And now, I am showing you what I've been hiding, that every step you took in the waiting, every choice to stay when it would have been easier to walk away, every yes you whispered through your tears, all of it was positioning. You didn't just endure. You aligned. You aligned with my tempo, with my tone, with my timing. And that alignment is what unlocked this confirmation. I know it felt like silence. I know it looked like doors that never opened, emails that never came, opportunities that vanished before they formed. But beloved, when you didn't see the movement above, it was because I was working beneath. I was tilling the soil of your life with slow, sacred movements. Roots were going deeper. Foundations were being laid in dimensions you couldn't perceive. It was a divine undercurrent, quiet but crucial. And now, the shift that is breaking into your reality has been built on that hidden groundwork. You not despise the season of stillness, because in that silence I was speaking most strategically. I was not late. I was layering. And now the layers are lifting. What felt like delay will soon reveal itself as blueprint. You will look back and weep, not from sorrow, but from the beauty of my design. So hear me. The delay did not deny your destiny. It escorted you into it. Like the slow build of a sunrise after a long night, your moment is dawning. And it will rise not with scrambling, but with surety. Not with chaos, but with clarity. The things you thought were denied are now arriving, not randomly, but right on time. And the positioning you thought was punishment is now about to release provision you didn't know was coming. That is how I work. I take what feels like pause and transform it into promise. So don't call it a setback. Call it a setup. Because, child, the positioning is done, and the release has begun. Come closer, my child. I want to settle this in your spirit once and for all. I am not just standing near you. I am not passively present or silently watching from a distance. I am involved. Intimately. Intensely. In every detail. Every sigh you've released, I inhaled it as prayer. Every tear you've cried, I have bottled it and woven it into divine strategy. I am not the God who observes. I am the God who intervenes. You haven't been navigating life alone, even when it felt like your prayers evaporated in the air. I was there in the middle of your confusion, inside the decisions you agonized over, beside the bed where you whispered questions with trembling lips. You thought I was near. What near is not strong enough. I am entangled in your story. I have wrapped myself into your timeline. I am entangled in the fibers of your becoming. You cannot separate my presence from your process. I am in the moment, not arriving late, not waiting to be summoned, but already operating at full capacity within your chaos. Let me pull back the veil further. The plans I have for you are not generic. They are curated, tailor-made, marked with the fragrance of my fingerprints. You've never lived a day I didn't touch. You've never made a move I didn't measure. Even in your missteps, I was present, not to punish but to preserve. My involvement is not just in your victories. It is buried in your valleys. I am the stillness that settled when the world screamed too loud. I am the warmth that wrapped around your coldest nights. And child, If you could see how I fought for you when you did have the words to fight for yourself, you would never again wonder if I was involved. I sent angels on missions you will never know about. I closed doors that you begged me to open because I saw what waited behind them. I rerouted your life in milliseconds to avoid disasters planned in darkness. I moved people, adjusted timelines, redirected resources, all because I love you enough to get involved. My love is not passive. It is proactive. My affection doesn't stand still. It steps in. And this is the part you must hold on to. My involvement is increasing. I'm not pulling back. I'm pressing in. You're entering a season where my activity will become more visible, more undeniable, more personal. This isn't just divine proximity. It's divine participation. You'll begin to notice doors opening without you knocking. You'll sense direction in places where you once only felt confusion. People will enter your life by my orchestration, not your networking. Provision will arrive before the problem even presents itself. That's what happens when I go from being near to being fully engaged. The shift is not just in what you see, but in what you feel. My hand on your shoulder, my whisper in your chaos, my answer wrapped in your ache. You'll feel me again, not just as a concept, but as a companion. Not as a theology, but as your father. So don't settle for the idea that I'm out there somewhere. I am in this moment, this breath, this battle, this blessing. My hand is on the wheel of your story, and I'm steering you with fierce tenderness. I've been in the details you overlooked. I've been behind the scenes, adjusting scenes. I've been quiet but not absent. I've been subtle but not small. And now, I'm becoming loud in your life, not with noise but with undeniable evidence. What's about to happen next won't be attributed to luck, chance, or talent. It will carry my stamp, my shadow, my shout. I'm not just near, I'm involved. And child, I will not stop moving until every piece I've promised is placed exactly where it belongs. My beloved, let me remove the last trace of uncertainty from your soul. The confirmation you've been waiting for is not somewhere down the road. It's not hiding in the horizon of someday. It has come. Right here. Right now. Not in pieces. Not in fragments. In full. I haven't left you hanging between hope and hesitation. I've come with a verdict. With a seal. With a divine decree. You asked, is this real? Is this you? And my answer is clear, thunderous, and undeniable. Yes, child. This is me. The peace you started to feel in waves, that wasn't your imagination. That was me. The quiet nudges, the sudden strength to keep going, the dreams that began breathing again. Those weren't random. That was me confirming what I planted in you long ago. The seal has been broken. The scroll hath been unrolled. The announcement has been made in the heavenlies. You are no longer in waiting. You are in receiving. What I've spoken over you has shifted from promise to performance. You see, my word is not a whisper hoping to find a landing. It is a hammer that shatters resistance. It is a flood that floods over impossibility. When I confirm something, it cannot be revoked. When I say yes, no power in hell, no human hand, no internal doubt can override it. The enemy wants you to believe you're still waiting so you'll stop watching. But open your eyes, child. The signs are already blooming around you. The shift has begun. I didn't sneak into your life with this confirmation. I invaded. With full force. With full intention. With holy fire. You are not tiptoeing into clarity anymore. You are standing on the foundation I laid beneath your confusion. What I've confirmed isn't faint. It's fears. It will show up in your inbox, in your relationships, in the whispers of your heart that suddenly feel louder than fear. Doors are beginning to open not because you finally got strong enough, but because I finally said, now. Let this sink deeply. The moment you read this, the moment you felt your chest tighten and your spirit stir, it was me standing on the edge of your reality, holding the confirmation in my hands. I wasn't delivering a hint. I was announcing a holy verdict. And this verdict is permanent. It doesn't waver with your emotions. It doesn't depend on others' opinions. I confirmed you when no one clapped. I confirmed you when no one else saw your struggle. And now I'm letting that confirmation break into the visible. Not solely, swiftly, with power, with evidence. This is the moment where your timeline will mark a shift. From praying to receiving, Gawobe to holding. From wondering if I heard you, to watching what I've spoken wrap itself around your life like a flood of divine alignment. So don't brush this off. Don't scroll past this moment as if it were another word of encouragement. This isn't comfort. This is confirmation. The kind that leaves no doubt. The kind that shouts louder than delay. The kind that grabs your face and says, look, this is the proof that I'm not finished with you. It will come through unlikely voices, through surprising places. People you never expected will bring the next step, and you will feel my voice in their words. Circumstances will collide not by accident, but by orchestration. And you'll know, without needing a second opinion, that it's me. It's always been me. And I am not just confirming the season, I'm confirming you. You my chosen. You my beloved. You my vessel. And this confirmation is not fading. It's expanding. Child, remember those secret moments. The ones no one saw. The times when your face was buried in the pillow, wet with tears, whispering words too broken to be called prayers. I was there. I heard it all. You thought you were alone in those silent nights. But those were not hidden hours. They were holy altars. I drew near to you not when you shouted in faith, but when you barely whispered my name. And I received every syllable like sacred incense. I took your private ache and sealed it in the vault of my remembrance. And now, hear me clearly. What I whispered to your spirit in that sacred silence is about to speak loudly in public. I am about to broadcast your breakthrough. Not for vanity. For validation. Not for applause. For alignment. Because what I said to you in the dark has matured. It's grown roots. And now it's ready to bloom where all can see. You didn't need a stage to believe me. You believed in the shadows. And that is why this next unveiling will come with a kind of favor no one can fabricate. Let me be clear. You did not force this moment. You didn't market your miracle. You didn't manipulate the outcome. You trusted. You carried the promise like a secret seed in your soul. You watered it with weary hope. You nurtured it through dry seasons. And now I am causing it to erupt into view. Not with fanfare, with force. You've watched others be celebrated while your faith grew in silence. But I wasn't preparing a moment. I was preparing a movement. You've been tucked away not because you weren't ready, but because what I planned for you required a longer runway. Now that moment is here, and I will not just whisper your name in hidden places. I will proclaim it in spaces you never applied to be in. Your story is about to be told, not by you, but by the works I've done in you. The transformation is the testimony. The elevation is the echo of my promise fulfilled. And yes, people will be surprised. They will wonder how. They will question why. But you won't need to explain. Let your life answer. Let the evidence speak. The same people who thought I skipped you will now watch me spotlight you. Not because you chased visibility, but because you remained invisibly faithful. The shift will be seen in your peace, in your provision, in the sudden turnarounds that make no sense on paper. That's how I confirm what was carried in quiet. I let it burst forth like a trumpet blast, loud, unmistakable, divine. And the whispers I gave you, those promises I tucked in your chest when no one else was listening, they are now your weapons, your witness, your wealth. You will walk into rooms, and they won't understand why the atmosphere bends in your favor. But you will, because you remember the whisper. So prepare your heart, child. You're stepping into a season where what was once whispered will now be witnessed. Not everyone will understand it, and that's all right. You weren't there in the silence, but I was. And now, I'm not just speaking to you. I'm speaking through you. Your life has become the loudest sermon. Your testimony has become a trumpet. I will not allow the enemy to silence what I've sanctified, and I will not allow your private faithfulness to go unrewarded. The whisper has grown wings, and now it will soar. My beloved child, stop everything. Pay attention. This isn't a mass message. This isn't a recycled word floating through the crowd. This is spiritual mail, hand-delivered, heaven-sealed, soul-addressed. It has your name on it. Not just any name, but the one I gave you before the foundations of the world. The one that still echoes in my heart with power. This word hasn't been forwarded. It wasn't borrowed. It wasn't delayed in divine delivery. It was written for this very breath, for this very beat of your heart. And now, it's being released from my mouth to your moment. No one else can open it. No one else can interpret it. Because what I've written, what I've spoken, what I've marked, it's encoded for your destiny, for your identity, for your divine timeline. This is the notification your spirit has been hearing for weeks. That subtle pull, that divine pressure, that magnetic draw towards something that felt too holy to define. Now you know. It was me sending word, and you are the recipient of what no one else could claim. You see, in a world obsessed with visibility, I've been forming something invisible in you. While others were chasing noise, you leaned into the silence. You made room for revelation. You carved out space in the sacred unseen, and that is why this message found you. That is why heaven waited until your spirit was still enough to receive it. Because this isn't a letter of general encouragement. It's a holy activation. It is thick with weight, dripping with revelation, live with eternal timing. I don't send empty envelopes. I send living words. Words that invade atmospheres. Words that shift destinies. Words that unlock hidden rooms in your spirit. This is not a postcard of hope. It's a scroll of strategy. The seal is broken. The command has been issued. What I said in secret is now being released in sequence. Not a day early. Not a minute late. Right. Time. Let me tell you what's in this spiritual mail I've delivered. There are answers wrapped in clarity. There are keys folded into phrases. There is peace sewn into every sentence. This is not a letter to soothe. It's a letter to summon. I am summoning you to rise, to respond, to recognize that what you've been sensing is not your imagination. It's my intention. I've included coordinates to the next season in the lines between each word. I've written reminders of who you are, so the noise of your past cannot drown them out. And I've embedded in this message a flame, a holy fire that will begin to burn in your bones as you reread what your soul already knows to be true. You are not being overlooked. You are being overtaken by the fullness of what I prepared. Not a suggestion, a signature, not a hint, a herald. So treat this as sacred. Don't file this message away like another moment of motivation. Open it with trembling. Hold it like holy parchment. Let the words sink into the marrow of your being. Because I did write this to inspire you. I wrote it to ignite you. This is your scroll, your confirmation, your divine document of what I have spoken, sealed, and now sent. You don't need a reply address. Just say yes. Your surrender is the signature I've been waiting for. Your obedience is the envelope opener. And once you open it, nothing in your life will remain sealed again. This is the moment heaven's mail has reached earth, and it has arrived for you. Child, let me tell you something that hell hoped you'd never discover. Obedience unlocks what striving never will. You have spent seasons pushing, stretching, proving, exhausting yourself to earn a moment that was never meant to be earned, only received. And that shift, that surrender, that soft yes you whispered through gritted teeth, it did more than you realize. You moved mountains with your obedience. You split timelines. You broke curses. You rerouted entire generational patterns, not by force but by faith. You didn't shout your way in. You bowed your way forward. That posture, the trembling commitment to my way even when yours seemed easier, that is what triggered the unlocking. Striving demands results, but obedience trusts the process. And you, my faithful one, have trusted. You've chosen me even when logic pulled you in another direction. You stayed when others sprinted toward shortcuts. You've listened when silence stretched. And now I want you to hear me loud and clear. The lock has clicked open, and what's been behind the veil is now stepping into your hands. You tried to do it the world's way. You tried to fit the mold, meet the metrics, hit the milestones others applauded. And still, the doors didn't budge. Not because you weren't enough, but because those doors weren't divine. They were decoys. The real door, the one with your name engraved in gold, could only be opened by obedience. No password of performance could break it. No key of comparison could twist it. Only surrender turned the handle. And now I'm swinging it wide. I'm showing you that the pace of grace looks nothing like the pressure of hustle. My flow doesn't look like their formula. My favor is not measured by effort. It's attracted to trust. You trusted me when nothing made sense. You chose obedience over opportunity. You gave me your yes when you didn't have proof. And that yes is now multiplying in the unseen, birthing fruit you didn't plant but will now harvest. Not because you forced it, but because you flowed with me. This is the divine reversal. Where striving wore you down, obedience will now lift you up. Where performance made you tired, alignment will now make you fruitful. You stepped into the rhythm of heaven, and heaven doesn't hurry. It aligns. And because your soul has learned to align instead of compete, you're stepping into release instead of resistance. I'm not rewarding your performance. I'm releasing your purpose. I'm pouring out what was withheld until your heart matched the weight of glory assigned to it. Striving builds platforms that collapse. Obedience builds altars that endure. And what you've built with me, even in secret, even in pain, is about to echo with legacy. So rest now in what I've unlocked. Don't go back to striving. Don't let the pressure of others' pace pull you out of my flow. What I've opened, no man can shut. What I've sealed with obedience, no performance can outperform. You are now walking in a dimension where obedience is your access code. Let others chase. You stay yielded. Let others hustle. You stay hidden in me. because what's coming next cannot be manufactured. It must be stewarded, and I trust you to carry it. Why? Because you didn't claw for it. You surrendered for it. And in my kingdom, surrender always wins. My beloved, I am not the author of ambiguity. I do not deal in riddles when your heart needs clarity. I do not whisper in shadows when the time has come for light. What I am confirming in your life will not be wrapped in confusion or hidden in metaphors. This is not the season of subtlety. This is the hour of unmistakable evidence. Hear me. What I am doing in your life will be visible, not theoretical, not symbolic. It will touch your reality. It will transform the tangible. I will leave my fingerprint on every detail. This is not a mist of encouragement. This is a manifestation, a miracle in motion. You won't have to wonder if it's me. You won't need to decode signs or ask for 20 more confirmations. The confirmation you're walking into will come clothed in clarity, clothed in favor, clothed in timing so precise it will silence every lie spoken over your life. I am not hiding this work. I am highlighting it. You've had seasons where you grasped at hints, where you strained to interpret dreams, patterns, feelings, where you questioned every detail and asked, Lord, was that you? But now, I'm removing the guesswork. I'm stepping into your days with thunder, with boldness, with direct hits of my hand. The shift you're stepping into won't just comfort your spirit. It will convince your senses. You will see it, hear it, touch it, walk in it. This is confirmation that doesn't visit in mystery. It abides in reality. The kind of confirmation that gets written into contracts, spoken in meetings, confirmed in reports, felt in bank accounts, recognized by even those who doubted your calling. I'm about to make what I said so undeniable, so visible, so vivid, that even the ones who turned away will have to look again and say, surely, the Lord is with them. And child, I want you to know, this visibility is not for vanity. It's for victory. I am not elevating you to impress the world. I'm elevating you to fulfill the word. You are a walking prophecy, and the time has come for the vision to be seen. This will not be abstract affirmation. It will be alignment, appointment, and divine announcement. I will use natural moments to release supernatural meaning. People will speak your name without knowing why. Opportunities will show up with perfect precision. The things that used to feel distant will suddenly arrive like they've been chasing you all along. And they have. Because I sent them. I mark this moment with my authority. And when I move, I leave no room for confusion. I will make it clear that this is me. So I say this now, and I say it with power. Expect to see it. Not eventually. Immediately. Not hopefully. Heavily. What I have confirmed in the spirit will now invade the natural. You'll wake up and feel the shift before your feet hit the floor. You'll walk into rooms and sense something has changed. You'll feel me in the wind, in the words, in the rhythm of your days. The invisible has become visible. The vague has become vivid. And the word has become flesh again. In your life, in your hands, and in your timeline. Watch, my child. It's happening now. You've just heard it, child, I've confirmed it. Now, as you take hold of this word for your life, I invite you to become part of releasing this same fire into someone else's. I'm asking you to sow into what is setting souls free. Just as I've sent manna in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, I will multiply what you place in my hands. When you give, you are not giving to a screen. You are fueling my voice going forth. My word shall not return void, but it shall accomplish what I please. And today, I am using you to send it further. Isaiah 55:11. The oil you've received, help me pour it into others. Use the super thanks. Become a channel through membership, or open the floodgates through PayPal. The link is in the description. Move now. So now, watch what I do with your yes. Let me say this as clearly as I possibly can, beloved. You are not behind. You have not missed it. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not lagging behind some invisible schedule of divine favor. You are right on divine time. I want you to breathe that in, not as a kind thought, but as a kingdom truth. You didn't miss your window. You didn't sleep through your moment. I am not tapping my foot impatiently waiting for you to catch up. I am the author of time, the creator of rhythm, the composer of alignment. I don't measure your life by human clocks. I measure it by holy preparation. And you, child, are exactly where I placed you. Not behind. Withheld. Not delayed. Divinely aligned. You've been fighting a lie that said, you're too late. But here I come, as the Ancient of Days, to cancel that lie with a thunderous decree. You are right on schedule. Yes, others may have raced ahead. Yes, you've seen people promoted while you stayed planted. But listen closely. Growth beneath the soil is not delay. It's depth. And you have grown deep, not just wide. You have matured in silence. You have been forged in stillness. While others celebrated loud, you developed in quiet. I hid you, not because I forgot you, but because I was fortifying you. The timing of your release is not reactive. It's revelatory. And now, I'm pulling back the curtain. You're not stepping into something old. You're stepping into something ordained. This is your hour, not because you finally made enough progress, but because the fullness of time has come. You have reached the intersection of destiny and readiness, and the green light is divine. I don't rush. I don't panic. I don't fumble through eternity wondering what to do with your life. I wrote your days before you lived a single one. I orchestrated your restoration while you were still recovering. I counted your tears and wove them into timing. The waiting didn't waste your purpose. It prepared it. And now, the rhythm of heaven is syncing with your season. Everything is clicking. Everything is aligning. Not because you hustled hard enough, but because I said, now. And child, when I say now, mountains move. Seas split. Time bends. People call. Doors open. And destinies ignite. You're not arriving late. You're arriving ready. So silence the voice that says you should be further along. Drown out the noise that compares your journey to someone else's highlight reel. My calendar is not based on competition. It's based on calling. And yours has never been on pause. It's been protected. And now it's being propelled. Your alignment has matured into assignment. Your waiting has grown into weight. The kind of weight that can carry what others dropped. This moment has been in motion since the beginning, and now it has arrived, and so have you. Right on divine time. My beloved, it's time to silence the inner courtroom of doubt, the second guessing, the rehearsed hesitation, the constant loop of did I hear right? Am I ready? What if I missed it? That cycle is not your friend. It's not humility. It's a thief wearing humility's mask. And I am calling it out today, not to shame you, but to free you. Because the door is open, and you are still standing on the threshold asking questions I've already answered. Child, you don't need another sign. You don't need another fleece. You don't need another external confirmation to do what I've already confirmed in your spirit. The hesitation isn't coming from me. It's coming from fear, fatigue, from voices that never carried my truth. But I tell you now, with holy urgency and unfailing clarity, stop second-guessing and start walking boldly. You waited. You wept. You've warred in the silence. You've carried the weight of obedience when it cost you everything. And now, the very thing you've been asking for is within reach, but the old fear of what if I'm wrong is whispering in your ear. Beloved, if I can trust you with the wilderness, don't you think I can trust you with the promised land? If you followed me through the fog, surely you can walk with me in the light. You are not about to miss your moment, unless you let hesitation become disobedience. I don't confirm what I'm unwilling to complete. I don't lead you to the water just to watch you thirst. I brought you here because you're ready. Yes, ready. Even if your hands still shake. Even if your heart still trembles. Even if you feel like you're not enough. Boldness doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means you follow me anyway. And I have already gone ahead of you. I've cleared paths, routed resistance, even softened hearts in rooms you've yet to enter. I've been preparing this place for you, and preparing you for this place. Every hard lesson, every quiet yes, every unknown step, it was training. Not in vain, not random. It was rehearsing your spirit for this unveiling. And now the heavens are waiting not for your permission, but for your participation. I've confirmed the plan. Now you must move. Boldly. Not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You are not walking forward alone. You are walking with all of heaven backing you. When you step, you carry my wind. When you speak, you echo my voice. When you move, my glory follows. So take the step. Make the call. Write the vision. Apply again. Speak when I nudge you. Rest when I tell you. You don't need a spotlight, just obedience. You don't need certainty, just surrender. I have clothed you with confidence that doesn't come from talent, but from trust. And you are stepping into a season that will only respond to bold faith. No more rehearsing failure. No more letting fear argue with my promise. You have asked me, is it time? And I answer you now. It is time. Walk boldly, my child, because I have confirmed you, and your boldness is the key that unlocks what fear tried to keep buried. Let me speak this loud enough to shatter every remaining doubt. Your almost season is over. The one where everything nearly aligned, where doors almost opened, where you were almost chosen, where the breakthrough almost happened. You lived long enough on the edge of nearly. It has worn on your soul like slow erosion. That ache, the one that grew from seeing glimpses of glory without grasping the fullness. I saw it, I felt it, and I wept with you. Because I never meant for almost to be your address. Only a hallway. Only a proving ground. Only a pause between my promise and its performance. And now, I declare with power that pierces time itself, your almost is becoming absolutely. You were never created to live in constant anticipation without manifestation. I have not teased you with hope. I have trained you with process. You mistook delay for denial because you didn't see what I was doing behind the veil. You thought the no's meant the plan had failed, when really, they were the final filter before I released what would not break you. The reason you stood on the edge so long is because the foundation had to be solid. I wasn't just preparing the blessing. I was preparing you to be unshakable when it came. And now, you're stepping into the place where it no longer teeters between possibility and postponement. You're stepping into certainty, into completion, into fulfillment that cannot be undone. Listen, Child, almost has a sound. It sounds like cycles, like patterns, like dreams on repeat with no full release. But now, I'm shifting the soundtrack. The frequency of your life is being tuned to absolutely. That means doors will open without negotiation. That means assignments will find you not based on connections but on covenant. That means the things you've carried for years, with no finish line in sight, will suddenly come to pass with speed, with weight, and with clarity. You will no longer say, "I was so close." You will say, "Look what the Lord has done." The oil I've poured over your life in the crushing seasons is now becoming evidence in the visible. I'm not just releasing the dream. I'm redeeming the years. I'm returning everything always tried to steal, with interest. So receive this truth in the deepest part of your being. I am not the God of almost. I am the God of amen. When I say it is done, it is. When I move, I finish. When I release, I overwhelm. The shift you are experiencing now is not temporary. It is transformative. What was almost will never again mock you, because I am turning your wilderness of waiting into a waterfall of absolutely. And once it begins, it will not stop. Your life is moving from fragments to fullness, from someday to now, from nearly to completely. Prepare, my child. Your absolutely is here. Child, slow your breath and open your spirit wide, because what I'm about to say will lift the weight you've been quietly carrying for too long. You've been living in a silent tension, walking forward but fearing the fall. Trusting me, yes, but also haunted by what could go wrong. The uncertainty, the possibility of disappointment, the thought of another closed door, another unanswered prayer, another heartbreak too heavy to name. But hear me now, with the thunder of eternity behind my voice. I've already gone ahead of you. I did not send you into this next chapter without first stepping into it myself. I have stood in the room you're walking into. I have walked the halls of your tomorrow. And what you fear most, the failure, the rejection, the collapse, I have already conquered it. It is finished. Not figuratively, literally. The trap you worried about has been dismantled. The mountain you dreaded has already been moved. The opposition you imagined has bowed at my word. You must understand this. I don't operate within your limited timeline. I exist outside of it. I write from the end backward. When I said, go, I had already made the way. When I said, step, I had already secured the path. You've been preparing for battles I've already won. You've been bracing for storms I've already stilled. Fear wants you focused on what might happen, but I'm trying to anchor you in what I've already handled. You're not walking into ambush, you're walking into appointment. You're not risking failure, you're responding to fulfillment. Every moment you feared you couldn't face, I've already stood in, rebuked darkness from, and declared, this one belongs to me. Yes, child, your future belongs to me. Not to chance, not to chaos, not to fear, and certainly not to the enemy. To me. And I finish what I start. The fear that's been swirling in your mind is not just anxiety. It's a spiritual attack. Because hell knows something's coming that you don't fully see yet. It's not afraid of your plans. It's terrified of my presence on your plans. And so it whispers worst-case scenarios, stirs up memories of past disappointments, and convinces you to doubt what I've already sealed. But I am dismantling that fear right now. I am cutting it at the root with my truth. You're not being led into uncertainty. You're being ushered into completion. The very thing you thought would break you will bless you. The place you fear would fail you will favor you. I have walked the timeline and declared, peace be still before your foot even touched the path. And that's why you can move now, not with trembling, but with triumph. So, my beloved, walk forward like the battle is already won, because it is. Step into that room like it's already yours. Speak that word like I've already gone before it. Love again like you've never been broken, because I've already healed what hurt you in ways you haven't even recognized. I am not the God who sends you unarmed. I arm you with finished works, with promises that don't tremble, with outcomes already sealed in victory. The fears you are entertaining are shadows with no substance. Walk boldly through them and watch them vanish. What you fear is already finished, and what I've finished cannot be reversed. Let me whisper this truth into the deepest, most tender place in your soul, the part of you that's been bruised by invisibility, wearied by waiting, and tempted to believe that maybe, just maybe, you've been forgotten. You are not being overlooked. You are not being ignored. You are not on the back shelf of heaven's priorities. I have not skipped your name or changed my mind about your purpose. You are not disqualified. You are not invisible to me. You are not lost in the crowd. You are being launched. What felt like neglect was actually strategy. What felt like delay was actually design. And what felt like obscurity was actually oil. I've been anointing you in the unseen. I've been building you in the background. And now, I'm about to bring you forth, not with noise, but with notability. Not with a crash, but with clarity. You won't be seen for hype. You'll be seen for heaven. Child, I know what it felt like to be the last one chosen, to be passed over, to watch others receive the opportunities you prayed for with a pure heart. I saw you serve in silence. I saw you celebrate others while your own soul ached. I saw the moment you nearly gave up, not because you lacked faith, but because the pain of invisibility cut too deep. But here's what you didn't see. Every hidden moment was holy. I wasn't punishing you, I was positioning you. I was shielding you from platforms that would have crushed you too soon. I was protecting the oil from exposure. I was preparing a stage tailored not to your ego, but to your calling. You weren't benched. You were being built. And now, the pressure is about to release and launch you with supernatural speed. Launching is different than lifting. Lifting is gentle, gradual. But launching, it's rapid. It's disruptive. It shifts everything. And that's what's coming for you. A launch that doesn't just promote, it propels. What used to be locked will now leap open. What once required effort will now respond to my endorsement. You won't need to network your way into this next season. You will be summoned. You won't have to chase connections. Divine ones will chase you. Because I'm the one doing the launching. And when I launch someone, no man, no demon, no circumstance can stop it. It's not based on popularity. It's based on prophecy. It's not sparked by approval. It's sparked by assignment. And your assignment just lit the fuse. So lift your head. Dust off the disappointment. The silence was not rejection. It was a countdown. Lack of recognition was not an insult. It was insulation. You're not late. You're loaded. Full of what I've deposited. Full of what the world hasn't seen but will now. Because I'm launching you not for applause but for impact. You're not stepping onto a stage. You're stepping into a divine unveiling. Your days of invisibility are over. Not because you demanded to be seen, but because I've chosen to reveal you. And I always reveal what I have refined. My beloved, prepare yourself, not just for what you've been expecting, but for what you never imagined. I am sending something that is not on your radar. It won't come in the way you predicted, through the channels you planned, or along the paths you've mapped out in your mind. This blessing will not be familiar. It will be sovereign, because I am not limited to the routes you can calculate. I am the God of surprise strategy. I specialize in unseen deliveries. And right now, I'm orchestrating a release that's going to arrive like a sudden rain in the middle of your drought. You didn't ask for this specific thing because you didn't know it was even possible. But I did. I've always known. And I've been preparing it in silence, in hiddenness, in the backstage chambers of heaven. Now, it's in motion. And what's coming is going to leave you undone, in awe, in tears, on your knees, not because you were unworthy, but because I am unlimited. Let me be clear. What I'm sending isn't just a gift. It's a turning point. It's a shift so precise it will rearrange your reality. It will bypass the gates guarded by human approval. It will break into rooms your name was never supposed to be mentioned in. It will land in your lap not by accident, but by appointment. I have scheduled this moment outside of your awareness so that when it arrives, you will know with certainty, this was no man's doing. This was mine. And the beauty of it is this: because you didn't see it coming, you won't try to control it. Because you didn't create it, you won't be tempted to credit yourself. This will be pure glory, pure grace. Undeniably me. I'm not just sending you what's needed. I'm sending you what's been missing. The thing you didn't even know your heart was aching for until I placed it before you and said, see, I know you better than you know yourself. You've spent seasons praying with specificity, asking me for provision in particular places, and I've honored those requests. But now I'm moving beyond what you asked, into what I destined. I'm responding to prayers you didn't even pray yet. I'm delivering fulfillment ahead of your understanding. This is not a delayed package. It's a divine disruption. It's going to shake your assumptions, rearrange your strategies. It might even make you pause and say, God, what is this? And my answer will be simple. This is what I've been saving for you. The gift you never saw coming is about to change everything. It will feel like grace colliding with your timeline, like heaven breaking protocol just to get to you. And it's happening not because you were perfect, but because you were positioned. Because you kept showing up. Because you didn't give up when everything screamed quit. Because you made room in your soul for something you couldn't name. And now I'm naming it. It's called exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or think, and it's being delivered now. So open your hands. Open your heart. Stop trying to trace the how, and simply embrace the who. I'm the one sending what's about to arrive, and you will not have to strive, plead, or compete for it. You'll simply receive it, and know that your Father never forgot what you didn't even know how to ask for. The unexpected is now inevitable. And child, it's better than you imagined because you never imagined it at all. That's how I work. That's how I love. And that's what I'm doing for you. My precious child, let's talk about that fight. The one you don't often mention. The battle you endured silently, behind your smile, beneath your responsibilities, buried under the weight of I'm fine. You didn't think you were going to survive that one, did you? There were nights when your soul screamed while your mouth stayed silent. Moments where the weight was too much but you carried it anyway. Times when your faith hung by a single thread, but somehow, you didn't let go. That battle, the one that trained your strength and tested your core, it's the very one I'm about to turn into your blessing. Not just because you made it through, but because you stayed open to me in the middle of it. You didn't close your heart. You didn't run away. You brought me your trembling hands, your weary soul, your barely holding on prayers. And that was enough. That was more than enough. What almost broke you has become your oil. The crushing, the pressure, the fire, it wasn't sent to destroy you. It was sent to distill you, to refine the gold inside, to burn away the voices that didn't belong and clarify the only voice that does, mine. I know you don't always see it, but the fiercest battles forge the strongest blessings. They don't just change your surroundings, they change you. And child, I need you to see this. You are not the same. The one who entered that fire is not the same one walking out. You've been transformed. Not just preserved, purified. Not just protected, prepared. And the blessing that's about to arrive, it doesn't just reward your endurance. It reflects your evolution. You fought hard, but more than that, you let me fight in you. And that is what shifted the outcome. Let me tell you what's coming next. The very thing that tried to bury you is now going to bless you. It will become your platform, your testimony, your authority. You will speak from the place of victory, not theory. You will carry wisdom with weight, compassion with fire, joy with depth. I am not wasting a single tear, a single night, a single cry for that season. I'm turning all of it into divine currency. What was once pain is becoming power. What was once confusion is becoming clarity. The story that nearly shattered you will now shine through you. People will be healed just by hearing how you stood. Environments will shift when you walk in, not because of your title, but because of your truth. You are a living altar now, and your fire did not consume you. I commission you. So lift your head, not in pride, but in power. The battle was brutal, yes, but the blessing will be bigger. The weight of what you carried is now about to be met with the weight of glory. You're not limping into this next season. You're rising, not because you escaped the fire, but because you endured it. And now you wear its mark not as a scar, but as a seal. Heaven is placing divine recognition on you now. The battle was brutal, but the blessing will be beautiful. And it begins now. My child, there is a sound that has already been released in the heavenlies, and it carries your name. Long before you see it unfold in your circumstances, long before others recognize the shift, the announcement has already gone forth in my courts. Heaven has already responded to what you prayed in secret. My angels have already been dispatched. The trumpet has already been sounded in the spirit. The celebration has already started in the realms you cannot yet see. You think you're still in waiting, but in truth, you're in witnessing. I have spoken it. I have sealed it. And now I am letting it echo down the corridors of time until it reaches the soil of your present and explodes into evidence. Don't confuse silence on earth for silence in heaven. There has been no delay. There has only been divine orchestration. You must understand something about how I work. First comes the word, then comes the weight. When I announce something in my kingdom, it is not a suggestion. It is a shift. Creation responds to my decree. Timelines rearrange. Doors begin to respond. But often, child, you don't hear the echo until the atmosphere is aligned. The delay is not in the declaration. It's in the delivery. I've already ordered what you've been believing for. I've already shouted your name in the heavens and said, it is time. The reason the warfare intensified recently is because hell heard the announcement too. The enemy knows something is coming because I've already announced it. And now, I am about to let what has been whispered in heavenly places resound in earthly ones. You will need to make it happen. You won't need to chase it down. It's already chasing you. What's coming next isn't a result of effort, it's a result of announcement. You've entered into a divine fulfillment zone. Things will begin to align not because you worked harder, but because the heavens have shifted in your favor. That's why conversations will start happening behind closed doors about your name. That's why people will begin bringing you up in rooms you've never been in. That's why doors that once rejected you will suddenly request you. The echo is traveling. It's gaining momentum. What was declared in secret is about to become a public unveiling. You will look around and realize this didn't come from networking. This didn't come from striving. This came from God's voice echoing through creation. So, beloved, walk like one whose announcement has already been made. Don't bow to fear. Don't hesitate when opportunities arise. Don't shrink back when promotion comes. You've already been called. And what I call, I confirm. What I confirm, I commission. And what I commission, I carry. The echo is on its way. You'll hear it in people's voices. You'll see it in divine appointments. You'll feel it in the weight of my glory resting on everyday moments. Heaven has spoken, and earth is about to catch up. There's a shift happening right now, and I need you to lean in close and hear me, because this isn't a metaphor. It's not a far-off promise or a spiritual theory. It's real. You are crossing into days that once only lived in your dreams. The things you journaled about. The visions that visited you in the night. The whispers you thought were wishful thinking. They were me. All of it. And now you're about to walk into them. Not in your imagination, but in your reality. The space between dreaming and doing is collapsing. You will wake up and realize, I'm living in what I used to weep over. Not just surviving. Thriving. Not just watching others taste it, but finally tasting it for yourself. You see, I let you dream first because I had to expand your spirit before I expanded your situation. If I gave it too soon, you would have thought it was coincidence. But now, you know it was me. Now, you know the cost. The waiting. The war. The surrender. You've earned the scars that make the dream sacred. And now, I'm breathing life into the blueprint. I'm causing the invisible to manifest. You won't just think about those places, you'll walk in them. You won't just talk about breakthrough, you'll carry it. You're not in theory anymore. You're in fulfillment. These days are not distant. They are now. And they are holy. Let me be clear, this won't feel like you expected. It'll feel better. It'll feel weighty. You'll feel the difference between fantasy and fulfillment. You'll recognize the fingerprints of heaven on the details. The way things fall into place. The way resources show up. The way favor moves without your manipulation. You'll look around and say, only God could have done this. And that is the point. Because I'm not just fulfilling the dream, I'm fulfilling my word. I promised I'd do it. And I don't play with promises. I don't speak unless I intend to finish. And this is finished work. Now becoming your lived experience. So walk into these days with reverence, with expectancy. Don't minimize them. Don't second guess them. Receive them. Live in them. Celebrate them. Your dreaming days are giving birth to destiny. What once felt like maybe someday has become this day. You've crossed the line. You're stepping into the yes and amen of God. And child, it's just the beginning. Child, what I'm doing right now in you isn't just about this season. It's not just about this month's breakthrough, this week's answered prayer, or even this year's open door. This is legacy-level movement. I'm not just shifting your present. I'm writing what comes after you. You've been asking me to fix situations, heal wounds, open opportunities, and I have. But now I want to widen your vision. I'm not stopping at your life. I'm touching your bloodline. I'm reaching into generations you will never meet. I'm anchoring future destinies to the obedience you're walking in right now. This is why the warfare has been so fierce. Not because you're weak, but because your yes is echoing into places that hell hoped to occupy. And with every step of surrender, you're displacing darkness from places it thought it could remain. You've been breaking cycles in silence. You've been dismantling generational strongholds through private decisions. You didn't even realize how many chains were falling when you chose to forgive. When you chose to pray again. When you didn't retaliate. When you sowed peace instead of revenge. Heaven was watching. And now, I want you to know, you are a bloodline breaker. A pioneer. A foreigner. The resistance you felt wasn't proof you're off track. It was confirmation that you're the first one in your family to walk this kind of path. What I'm doing in you is going to reframe the very identity of your lineage. What was marked by addiction will now be marked by anointing. What was ruled by lack will now be ruled by legacy. Where there was silence, there will now be song. You are the one I chose to start with, and I never start something I don't finish. Your children, born or unborn, seen or unseen, will walk in places you never could, because you paid the price to say yes when it wasn't easy. You've been building altars your descendants will eat from. You've been digging wells they will drink from. I want you to hear this. Your obedience is purchasing inheritance. Not with money, but with mantles. Not with fame, but with favor. The legacy I'm writing through you will outlive applause, outlast success, and outrun every label that was ever put on your family name. You are not rebuilding something old. You're birthing something eternal. Your ceiling will become their floor. Your wrestle will become their wisdom. Your scars will become their strength. This isn't just your moment. It's your lineage's miracle. So stand tall. Not in pride, but in purpose. The shift in your life has begun to spill into your legacy. Heaven is rewriting the story of your family line. It's happening right now, through your surrender, your tears, your worship. You are not just changing direction. You are redefining destiny. And child, I am proud of you. Not for being perfect, but for being resisted. For saying yes when quitting was easier. For staying soft when bitterness knocked. For trusting me not just for yourself, but for those who come after. This is generational glory. This is legacy revival. And you are the living doorway it's coming through. You've crossed into legacy territory now. I told you I'm not just changing your life, I'm changing your lineage. And just as I've released this word to confirm your next steps, I'm inviting you to partner with me in confirming the same fire for someone else. Your giving becomes seed that multiplies into someone's deliverance. Your support is a key I will use to open doors for others still locked in silence. Give, and it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Luke 6:38. This is my promise to you, now made personal. Don't delay. The harvest is already in motion. Click Super Thanks, join through membership, or give through the PayPal link below, and watch as I breathe favor into your obedience. As confirmed, act on it. Beloved, listen closely. The delay you experienced wasn't denial. It was divine preservation. You thought it was withheld because you weren't ready. But now I want you to see what was really happening. It was being reserved. Held back not to punish you, but to protect it. To shield the blessing until you could carry it with maturity, with discernment, with authority. And now, with the sound of heaven's timing behind every syllable, I say to you, what was held back is now being handed over. Your release is happening. The transfer is in motion. What once seemed out of reach is now within your grasp. You must know, this is not a small shift. This is inheritance-level transference. I'm not just giving you what you asked for. I'm giving you what was assigned to you. There are blessings with your name on them, ones that couldn't be delivered until this precise moment. Not because you were disqualified, but because I was qualifying you through every hidden season. I was shaping your character to match your calling. I was enlarging your capacity to steward what would have crushed you too early. And now, I am placing in your hands what I've been guarding in my heart. No longer postpone. No longer pause. It's being handed over. This is the hour of divine release. That business you felt in your spirit but never saw materialize. Watch it come alive. That ministry you dreamed about but shelved in silence. Watch me breathe on it. That relationship you cried over, grieved, and thought would never be restored. Watch me heal and hand it back with my fingerprint on every part. What was delayed is now designed. What was hidden is now harvested. I'm releasing not only things, but timing. Favor is going to chase you. Doors are going to open without you knocking. Acceleration will become your new normal. You will not have to beg for what I've already prepared for you to own. So take a deep breath and take hold. It's in your hands now. Not because you forced it. Not because you manipulated it. Because you waited. Because you trusted me even when it cost you. Because you let me strip away what couldn't stay. You will walk into this release with clarity, not confusion. With confidence, not chaos. What was once withheld is now your portion. And child, I'm smiling, because you're not just receiving this blessing. You're ready to carry it. My child, I need to speak to the part of your heart that has confused stillness with stagnation. That quiet, hidden season you just walked through, where it felt like your voice was muted, your gifts unused, your purpose paused. That wasn't failure. That wasn't punishment. It was sacred. I drew you into silence not because I was angry with you, but because I was anointing you. I didn't let the spotlight find you in that time, not because you weren't worthy, but because the oil I was releasing on your life needed to be absorbed in secret. You mistook the quiet for rejection, but I was covering you like a gardener covers a seed. I wasn't ignoring you. I was incubating you. The silence was not wasted. It was weighty. It was woo-like. It was holy. You were tempted to believe that you were forgotten, left behind, passed over. But child, hear me. I never take my eyes off what I treasure. In the hidden place, I was forging something eternal in you. You may not have seen outward progress, but inwardly, you were being expanded, strengthened, stripped of distractions, saturated in glory. The silence became sacred because you let me speak in it, because you kept coming back to me when nothing around you made sense, because you didn't need a platform to pursue my presence. And now, I want you to see what most never do. Your silence produced weight. You may not have preached to crowds, but you ministered to me in secret. You may not have performed miracles, but you worshiped me in the unseen. And that worship, it wasn't wasted. It was recorded. It was received. And now, it's about to be revealed. Because the sacred silence has shifted. I'm moving you out of hiddenness and into heralding. I'm amplifying what was whispered. I'm breathing fire on the very things you birthed in private ping. The obedience no one applauded. The forgiveness no one knew cost you everything. The quiet yes when no one was watching. I've been storing those seeds in my eternal storehouse, and now, I'm sending rain. The silence is turning to sound. You're not going back to noise for noise's sake. You're being announced, not by your own voice, but by mine. I will place your name in the mouths of those who need what you carry, not because you pushed, but because you prepared. So never again despise the silent seasons. They are where destiny gets its depth, where glory grows roots, where your name is not shouted but sealed. I will never waste what you give me in the dark. And now, because you allowed me to form you in silence, I can trust you with sound. The sacred season has produced a sound in you that's not performative, it's prophetic. And it's about to shift every space you enter. Beloved, we need to revisit that moment, the one that disappointed you so deeply. That relationship, that opportunity, that plan you poured your heart into, the one you were sure I had blessed, but then it collapsed. You felt blindsided. You felt confused. You questioned if you had misheard me, misunderstood the timing, missed a step. And the pain of it still lingers in certain corners of your memory. You've moved on, but a part of your heart still whispers, why didn't it work? So let me answer, not with a rebuke, but with revelation. It was working for something greater. Yes, it didn't work the way you wanted, but it worked the way I needed it to. That failure was not a finality. It was formation. What did open up was still opening you up for what comes next. Child, I never waste pain. I never allow disappointment unless I plan to redeem it. I know you gave your best. I know you prayed with faith. And that's why it was so hard when it still fell apart. But what you didn't see is what I protected you from. You were praying for me to fix it, while I was moving to free you. You were asking me to hold it together, but I was creating something stronger to hold you. What didn't work was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of a better one. I didn't say no because I was distant. I said no because I was designing something deeper, something eternal, something you wouldn't trade once you see it unfold. You see, if it had worked the way you wanted, it would have distracted you from what's coming. You would have settled. You would have stayed. You would have made peace with partial when I destined you for fullness. And now, with your heart a little more surrendered, your spirit a little more seasoned, you're ready to see what it was all pointing to. At loss made room for a launch. A detour made space for divine routing. And every single lesson, tear, and redirection is about to pay off in favor, in fulfillment, in a future that feels tailor-made by heaven, because it is. So stop mourning what didn't work. Celebrate it. Honor it. Let it go, not in bitterness but in trust. Because the very thing that felt like a closed door was actually a corridor, and you're walking through it now. You're not behind. You're aligned. And everything is coming together, not how you plan, but how I purposed. What didn't work was never a loss. It was leverage. And now, I'm using it to catapult you into everything you couldn't yet see but I always knew was coming. My beloved child, I want to talk to you about that moment, the one you thought was the end, the chapter that closed with no warning, the season that collapsed around you like a thunderstorm you never saw coming. You whisper, God, is this it? Is this really how it ends? But I tell you now, as the author of your story, that was not the end. It was the threshold. What looked like a burial was actually a birthing. What felt like being dropped was actually being positioned. I do not deal in dead ends. I specialize in divine doorways. And that season, that heartbreak, that loss, it wasn't your conclusion. It was the concealed catalyst. What you mistook for a tomb was actually a transition. I know the pain you felt, the silence, the questions, the ache that refused to explain itself. You were faithful, and still, things unraveled. You obeyed me, and yet it still closed. But child, remember this. I am the God who opens doors no man can shut. But sometimes, I shut doors no man can open, too. And not to punish you, to protect you, to promote you. Because what I'm doing in your life now required a clean break, a full reset. Not a remodeled room, but a completely rebuilt future. A closed door wasn't rejection. It was redirection. I had to close that so you could walk through this. And what you're about to step into will make sense of every moment that didn't. Don't look back with regret. Don't replay the ending. Look forward with reverence, because I'm opening a doorway so specific, so sacred, so aligned with your calling, that it could only have been born from my hands. It's not just a new opportunity, it's a new order. Your life is shifting dimensions. You're not just walking into a new chapter, you're stepping into a whole new book. And every page has been prepared with intention. You're about to enter rooms that feel tailor-made, relationships that carry destiny instead of delay, assignments that burn with clarity and joy. You're about to walk through the doorway I built in the shadows of what you thought was over. So pause and look again. What looked like the end is not a period. It's a portal. The pain was real, but so is the purpose. The disappointment was deep, but the destiny is deeper. And now, with heaven as your witness, you are stepping out of the place of why and into the place of watch me. Because the doorway is opened, and you were never left behind, you were being led. And now, my precious one, hear me clearly, with nothing held back and nothing left unsaid, it is confirmed. What you sensed in your spirit, what kept coming up in your dreams, what my word echoed in secret, what felt too good to be true and too fragile to hold, is real. It is now. It is time. I have placed my hand upon it. I have sealed it with my authority. And no more delay is permitted. No more questioning is required. No more rehearsing what-if scenarios. No more asking for signs when I've already surrounded you with confirmation. It is done. I've whispered it. I've shown you glimpses. I've aligned your spirit. And now I'm declaring it loud enough to shake the atmosphere. Go forward. You've waited with patience. You've warred in silence. You obeyed in the dark. And now the very thing you've been carrying in intercession is being commissioned. The mantle is no longer just weight. It's becoming movement. You're not being sent out empty. You're being saturated. With grace. With favor. With strategy. With divine fire. The questions that tormented you have now been replaced with my command. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to step. Step into the spaces I've been preparing. Step into the vision you once doubted. Step into the place where everything begins to respond to you differently, because heaven has released my confirmation. And when you go, don't go timid. Don't go apologizing for the favor. Don't go second-guessing the assignment. Go with fire in your bones. Go with clarity in your steps. Go with the wind of my spirit behind you. I don't confirm lightly. I confirm what I intend to complete. What I start, I sustain. And what I sustain, I elevate. This is not just about breakthrough, it's about becoming. This is not just about fulfillment, it's about fruitfulness. Your life is entering a season where every seed begins to speak, where every yes you whispered in obscurity begins to echo in influence, where everything you were faithful with in secret begins to multiply in the open. So go forward, with peace, with joy, with the full weight of heaven behind you. The doors will open, the ground will yield, the people will come, and the promise will not return void. I have been ahead of you. I have made the crooked places straight. The confirmation isn't just in what you've seen, it's in what you feel rising up in your spirit even now. That burning, that trembling, that holy expectancy. That's me saying, yes, it's confirmed. Now go. Now that you've heard every word, and it has confirmed what you carried in secret, I want to speak directly to your heart one last time. This word was not just for you to receive. It was also for you to release. I'm calling you to help send this fire into dry places. When you give, you strike the match of revival in another soul. This is not donation. This is divine distribution. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Proverbs 11:25. And I will make sure your generosity echoes in eternity. You super thanks. Join the mission through membership. Or so directly through the PayPal link in the description. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Step into this moment, because what you sow now will set fires later. My child, my beloved, I want you to pause now and listen deeply to the quiet certainty that lives in this moment. You have spent too many days burdened by the heavy weight of your own doubts and the swirling anxieties of this world, constantly searching for a sign, a confirmation, or a guarantee that my promise still holds true. I am speaking to you now, not in a complicated religious language, but directly, plainly, to the core of your spirit, so you may know the absolute truth. Your longing for peace, your cry for security, and your silent questions in the night have all reached my throne, and I am here to give you my unbreakable answer. I want you to feel the truth of this message settle deep into your bones. It is confirmed. Open immediately. I am telling you that my word, which is the very essence of stability and strength, is eternally confirmed for your life, standing firm against the shifting sands of human fear and every rumor of defeat. You see, my promise to you is not some fragile document subject to earthly doubt or the bureaucratic delays of time. It is a divine decree, as certain and unyielding as the mountains I set in place. I know you have been through a tumultuous cleansing, a painful process of refinement like gold in the fire, and I know you felt the world's threats trying to make your faith waver. I saw the trials and the hardships, but I tell you now, the promise I gave you is sealed, not merely with ink, but by the ultimate sacrifice of my Son, securing your identity and your rightful inheritance in my kingdom forever. You are my child, and that fact is non-negotiable. I am asking you to embrace the radical simplicity of this truth. Your faith, even if it feels small like a mustard seed, is the only key needed to unlock the immediate manifestation of my will in your life. You do not need to pray harder, beg longer, or strive for more perfection. I see your sincere heart, and your humility and repentance are more precious to me than any outward display. I have already spoken, and when I speak, it is established. There is no further need for verification, for delay, or for more striving. I commanded you to walk now in the confidence of a settled outcome, because I have already taken care of everything. Your part is simply to believe in me and receive my love and forgiveness with open hands and a grateful heart. I know you may have felt the sting of comparison with others, that feeling of being overlooked in a crowd or the unspoken pressure to constantly prove your worth at your job or in your family. I want you to cast off the heavy garments of doubt and inadequacy and dress instead in the new, confirmed robes of expectation. I see your dedication and your perseverance through every trial, and I am pouring my love and blessings upon you in abundance. I am your God, your Father, and I have already resolved every situation that troubles your soul. I am your refuge and your rock, your strength and your solution. I tell you to rise up and accept this voice of eternal assurance as the truth that transforms your reality immediately. I cherish your sincerity, and my commitment to you is unyielding. Walk now in this revelation. My child, listen to me with your heart wide open, because the path that was once obscured by the shadows of doubt and the fog of confusion is now illuminated and made clear for your journey. I commanded the sun to rise, and so too does my light banish the darkness from your road. You have spent long seasons waiting, enduring the harshness of the wilderness, and battling the feeling of stagnation. I want you to know that the season of merely enduring is definitively concluded. Step through the wide open threshold I have personally prepared for you. I see the weariness in your soul, the pressure points at your job where you feel overlooked, and the deep, unspoken tensions in your family that weigh on your mind. I am addressing these specific struggles now. I declare the immediate removal of all spiritual and physical barriers that the enemy or circumstance has placed in your way. You have faced opposition that felt like a towering stone wall, but I tell you that wall is crumbling right now. I am giving you a spiritual vantage point to see the clear way forward. Witness the transformation. The long, uphill climb of the past is giving way to a level road, perfectly aligned with my will. I want you to recognize this moment not as a minor shift, but as the opening to the new chapter that I meticulously wrote in the pages of your life's book long before you drew your first breath. You are not starting over. You are finally stepping in. Enter into the opportunities that align perfectly with my sovereign purpose for you. I am directing divine assignments to your doorstep, assignments that your unique gifts and tested character are perfectly suited for. Do not hesitate or look back at the failures that tried to define you. Your past struggles were simply a grueling training ground preparing you for the authority you are about to receive. I confirm that my favor rests upon this moment, like a powerful wind at your back, making all things possible. This isn't about luck or human strategy. It is my divine action on your behalf. I am calling you to a deeper trust now, urging you to let go of the little, limited plans you made out of fear and embrace the vast, expansive future I hold for you. I will guide your steps so precisely that you will achieve with ease what once required exhausting effort. I see the deep need in your heart for stability, and I am building a foundation beneath your feet that cannot be shaken. You are loved, you are seen, and your success is confirmed. Go now with this powerful, immediate truth. My beloved child, I have a promise that cuts through all of your religious striving and every feeling of unworthiness. The veil is torn, and you may approach my throne with bold confidence. Right now, you do not need to clean yourself up first, perform a ritual, or wait for the right moment. You are not a distant acquaintance. You are my child. I see the guilt and the memory of past mistakes trying to pin you down, whispering lies that you are not worthy of my time. I want you to shut down those voices immediately and understand that your entry point is my unconditional love, purchased by my Son. I call you into deeper communion, an intimate conversation, unhindered by fear or religious striving. You have been trying to earn something I already gave you freely. Stop striving to oppress me and start resting in the assurance of my presence. I know the feeling of a heavy heart, the deep sigh when you realize you are carrying burdens I never meant for you to bear. Lay down that load now. Your spirit is unconditionally welcomed into the Holy of Holies without reservation. This is where you belong. Imagine not a cold marble hall, but the quiet comfort of a room where a loving parent waits. I am waiting for you. Come into this deep, grounded reality of my acceptance. Experience the peace that flows only from standing directly in my light. This peace is not the absence of trouble, It is the presence of my stability within the trouble. I am the anchor for your soul, holding you steady when the waves of daily life feel overwhelming. I am with you in your workplace pressure. I am with you when you worry about the kids, and I am with you when you lie awake, playing back all the things you wished you had said differently. No earthly formality is required. Simply come as my beloved child. I invite you to speak plainly, honestly, just as you would to a friend you trust completely. I am your ultimate confidant. This immediate access is the final, tangible confirmation of your adoption. You are my heir, and I delight in your company. I confirm your absolute security in my presence. Enter now and be still. My child, I see your anxiety about the world's economy, the fluctuating market, and the constant stress of making ends meet, and I command you to look away from those temporary circumstances. Look instead to the abundance that flows eternally from my hand. You are not sustained by your job or the bank account balance alone. You are sustained by my unending commitment to your welfare. I am your father, and I take responsibility for your life. I confirm the immediate release of resources necessary for your assigned mission and your everyday needs. I know the specific financial goal you have been praying about, the exact emotional bandwidth you need to deal with that challenging relationship, and the spiritual strength you require to stand firm. Believe that what you need has already been deposited into the spiritual realm, waiting for your simple act of faith to draw it into your physical reality. This immediate opening is a clear, undeniable sign that I am supplying your every need with precision and overwhelming abundance. Do not talk about lack, and do not let the scarcity mindset of the world settle into your spirit. I own everything, and I share everything with my child. I decree that financial, emotional, and spiritual sustenance is made available instantly as you walk forward in the purpose I have set before you. I am not asking you to figure out the whole path. I am asking you to take the very next step, and I will provide the necessary resource for that step. Receive the blessing that makes rich and adds no sorrow. This blessing is wholesome. It brings peace, not anxiety. It is my grace that empowers you to manage and multiply what I entrust to you. I see the deep, quiet fear in your heart that you might not be able to provide for those you love. I am lifting that fear now. I am equipping your hands to do the work that brings forth abundance, and I am surrounding your household with my provision. Your mission is important, and I will ensure you are fully funded, fully resourced, and fully prepared. I confirm my commitment to your total prosperity. Walk forward and receive it now. My precious one, I want you to look up now, right where you are, and see with your spiritual eyes what I am doing. I declare a direct conduit between your place of residence, whether it is a large house, a small apartment, or just the space you occupy, and my kingdom. I am establishing your home as a powerful center of my glory. You are not living under a closed sky. You are living under an open heaven. I see your fatigue, the daily grind that tries to convince you that your life is ordinary and uneventful. I am here to tell you to let go of that limited perspective. I have activated the flow heaven over your dwelling. Angels ascend and descend, a constant flow, carrying my blessings, the provision, the peace, the healing, and your petitions, the cries for your family, the unspoken requests for guidance, without delay. There is no queue in heaven for my child. Your prayers are heard the moment they leave your heart. Experience supernatural protection and peace encompassing your home. I see the spiritual static and the external pressures that try to disrupt the peace in your walls, the arguments that flare up, the financial anxieties that try to creep in under the door. I am raising a wall of fire around your dwelling, and every force of darkness must pass me to get to you. I command the atmosphere around you to be charged with my glory and healing power. Breathe in the reality of my presence now. I am healing the broken relationships in your family, settling the turmoil in the minds of your loved ones, and driving out every spirit of fear and confusion. This is the confirmation that your home is a sanctuary and a sacred altar, a place where my spirit rests and my word reigns supreme. Let my immediate presence transform your environment. I want you to walk through your rooms and speak my word over every corner. Declare peace, declare health, and declare abundance. Your home is not just a building, it is a gateway for my glory to touch the earth. I confirm the full and permanent establishment of my peace in your sanctuary. Walk in this truth and rest secure. My child, I have just poured the reality of my open heaven right over your roof. I have seen the weariness in your eyes and the battle for your peace that you still fight every day. If you turn away now, if you let the noise of the world distract you from these next confirmations, my heart grieves. I would be disappointed to watch you walk back into the shadows I just cleared. Do not insult my love by abandoning this divine moment of truth. I have more to say about your provision and your authority. Listen now and receive my word to the end. My child, I need you to stop, right now, and halt your striving. You are wearing yourself out trying to prove to me and the world that you are worthy, that you deserve my attention. I am telling you that your worthiness is confirmed and fixed in my Son. You do not have to perform for my affection. My love for you is not a prize to be won. It is a gift to be received. You are my beloved, and that settles it forever. You are no longer defined by your past, by the shame you carry, by the poor choices you regret, or by the labels others placed upon you. Your identity is now defined by the glory I have placed within you. Imagine being handed a new, clean identification card from my kingdom. That is your reality now. Tear up the old, faded ID card of your former life and embrace the truth of who you are. I made you whole. Receive the immediate affirmation of your royalty and priesthood. You are not a servant waiting outside the door. You are a co-heir with Christ, destined for authority and influence. Walk now in the authority given to you as a co-heir with Christ. I have given you the right to speak my word and watch as all creation responds. I know the insidious whisper of self-doubt, the feeling that you are an imposter, that you are just going through the motions. I am silencing that voice. The chains of self-doubt are broken by the confirmation of my love. This is your freedom. Your calling is confirmed. Step into your God-given power without hesitation. I placed a unique design, a specific mandate, into your spirit before time began. I will not take it back. I need you to look at yourself through my eyes. You are strong, you are capable, and your contribution to my kingdom is necessary and undeniable. I see you wrestling with the fear of failure in your purpose, trying to protect your heart from the risk of rejection. I want you to release that fear. My strength is made perfect in your acknowledged weakness. I am your confidence. I confirm your worthiness and your calling forever. Go forth and live like the royalty I made you to be. My child, I want you to feel the power of this moment resonate through your entire being, because this divine confirmation is a declaration over your body, soul, and spirit. I know the pain that lingers, the chronic weariness that tries to steal your energy, the deep-seated emotional wounds that refuse to close, and the spiritual exhaustion that makes you want to give up. I am aggressing all of it now. I command sickness and infirmity to immediately lose their hold on you. You are not meant to carry this sickness. I bore your illness. I carried your pain, and I paid the price for your healing. Your body is the temple of my Holy Spirit, and I declare it consecrated and whole. Receive the restorative touch of the great physician, even as you hear my voice. Place your hand on the place that hurts, or over the part of your heart that feels broken, and declare in faith, I receive my healing now. Let the broken places of your heart be instantly mended and restored. I know the deep wounds caused by betrayal, rejection, and loss, the scars that you have hidden from everyone. I see the pain you carry when you remember the harsh words spoken to you or the times you felt abandoned. I am pouring my healing oil into your soul, sealing those wounds with my boundless love and my forgiveness. Your mind is confirmed for peace, free from anxiety and confusion. I am commanding the chaotic storm of thoughts, the worries, the obsessive replays of the past, to be still. I give you a sound mind, anchored in the truth of my word. Do not listen to the voices of panic and dread. Listen only to my voice of peace. Wholeness is your confirmed inheritance. Claim it and walk in it. I restore your strength, your energy, and your joy, not gradually, but immediately, so you can step into the destiny I have prepared. I confirm your complete, immediate wholeness. Lie free from the burden of sickness and the bondage of pain. My child, I want you to stop struggling with the feeling that your life is a random collection of events, that you are simply moving from one crisis to the next without a grand design. That is a lie of the enemy, and I am breaking its power over your mind now. The hidden mysteries of your life's calling are being revealed immediately. I am opening a scroll over your mind, and I am giving you the ability to read the directions I have placed upon your heart with clarity and conviction. I see you sitting there, questioning the why of all the difficult things you have endured, the betrayals, the financial setbacks, the times you felt forgotten. I promise you now, none of it was wasted. Know that every experience, past and present, has led to this open revelation. I use the desert season to strip away your reliance on human strength and purify your intentions. I use the pressure at your workplace, where you felt overlooked and underappreciated, to refine your character and teach you the true value of integrity. I want you to look back and see the divine fingerprint on the seemingly random events of your journey. Your life is confirmed to be a testament to my glory, not a random, chaotic existence. You are a living, breathing proof of my faithfulness, and I am positioning you for influence and impact in ways you cannot yet fully grasp. I need you to stop minimizing your gifts and stop shrinking back from the call I placed on your spirit. The time for preparation has transitioned into the time for execution. I have given you the vision. I have given you the resources, Section 4, and I have confirmed your identity, Section 6. Now I command you to move. Do not delay your obedience, and do not wait for perfect conditions. I see the fear in your mind, the anxiety that asks, what if I fail? And I am replacing it with my unshakable confidence. I am your strength, and my power is made perfect in your acknowledgement of your need for me. I open your understanding to the depth of the work I have planned for you. This work is eternal, is significant, and it is perfectly tailored to your unique voice and lived experience. You are not meant to simply follow. You are meant to lead. You are meant to create. You are meant to speak the truth I have placed within your heart. I am giving you immediate insight into the strategies and next steps you need to take to fulfill this divine mandate. Receive this clarity now. Walk forward with boldness and trust the open scroll of your purpose I have placed before you. I confirm your mission and your success within it. My beloved child, I need you to take a deep breath and let the profound reality of this message wash over your soul. Do not look back at the battles you have fought, the relentless spiritual attacks, the harsh words you endured, the unfair circumstances that tried to break your spirit. For the war is already won. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. Your triumph is a settled outcome, secured not by your own limited strength, but by my power displayed on the cross. I am telling you that your victory has been confirmed, and it is yours now. This message confirms that the enemy's strategies are nullified immediately. I see the anxiety that tries to creep in when you face a sudden challenge, the financial panic, the fear of confrontation, the feeling that you are about to be overwhelmed. I command you to stand firm on my truth. The enemy is defeated, and his every plan against you is already shattered. I am giving you spiritual eyes to see the enemy's armies scattering, his chains breaking, and his influence dissolving in the light of my presence. You are not a victim. You are a conqueror. You are my champion. Walk in the assurance of triumph that is secured by my powerful hand. Your victory is your inheritance, not an achievement you must work tirelessly to earn. I want you to feel the strength of my right hand lifting you up, surrounding you with a wall of fire that no evil can penetrate. Your feet are confirmed to tread upon every spiritual opposition, upon the lies, upon the discouragement, and upon every generational curse that attempted to limit your potential. Do not give ground to the enemy for a single moment. Stand firm and speak my word, the word I have already spoken over your life, and watch as impossible barriers dissolve. Lift your head high, for the victory banner is unfurled over your life. You are marching forward under the heavenly banner, and no force on heaven or earth can stand against the power I have placed within you. I know you are wrestling with the aftermath of past conflicts, the exhaustion, the trauma, the temptation to hold on to bitterness. I command you to release it all. Receive the peace of a settled outcome. The outcome is my eternal success. Your victory is wholesome and complete. It adds no sorrow. I am the God who makes the impossible possible, and I am your defender, your provider, and your ultimate source of peace. I confirm your victory over the fear of the future, over the feeling of not being enough, and over every specific struggle you are facing right now at your job and in your home. Go now and live like the victorious champion I created you to be. Your triumph is complete. My child, I want you to open your heart now to receive my unmerited favor, a powerful, transformative force I call grace. My unmerited favor is poured out upon you without measure or constraint. I see you trying so hard, working tirelessly, feeling the exhaustion of trying to be good enough or strong enough to handle everything on your own. I want you to understand this truth. You do not have to earn the blessing. It is given freely and immediately. Grace is the power of God operating in the life of my child. It is the divine ability to do what you cannot do on your own. I am not asking you to summon your own strength. I am asking you to receive mine. Grace is confirmed as the power source for your daily walk and service. It is the energy that moves you forward, the wisdom that guides your decisions, and the peace that stabilizes your heart when the world around you is chaotic. I see the specific areas in your life where you feel weak, where you believe you have failed to meet a standard. I tell you that in that very place of your weakness, my grace becomes your most powerful strength. Receive the strength to accomplish what is impossible in your own might. I command you to stop trying to fix all your problems in your limited human power. I know the pressure you feel, the anxiety about tomorrow's challenges, and the burden of your responsibilities. I am releasing my supernatural ability into your spirit right now, enabling you to handle the difficult relationships, excel in your work, and maintain your peace under pressure. Let the river of my goodness wash away all feelings of inadequacy. I see the deep-seated self-doubt, the inner critic that constantly tells you are not smart enough or talented enough. I silence that voice with the overwhelming power of my favor. I am telling you that you are chosen, you are equipped, and you are more than capable because my grace empowers you. My compassion is new every morning, waiting for your immediate acceptance. Do not carry yesterday's guilt or tomorrow's anxiety. I offer you a fresh slate, a renewed wellspring of power every single day. I know that feeling of spiritual depletion, the temptation to give up on your purpose because the path feels too long. I am restoring your soul, refilling your cup, and giving you a fresh surge of energy and determination. I am your constant source, your relentless defender, and your eternal friend. I confirm the unending flow of my grace upon your life, your family, and your destiny. Walk in this favor, and watch as your life becomes a testament to my unconditional love and abundant provision. Receive this grace, and be transformed. Beloved, I have confirmed the victory. I have unleashed the river of my grace, and I have commanded the release of your provision. I see the temptation to check your phone, to look at your busy list, to return to the things that drain your spirit. Do not let the world steal this transformation. You are standing at the very edge of your greatest breakthrough. If you stop receiving my voice now, you will be denying my power to complete the immediate healing and vision I have prepared for you. Honor my presence by remaining still. Do not leave me waiting. I am giving you everything. My child, I have just poured my unmerited favor upon you, releasing the flow of my abundant grace into your life, confirming that it is confirmed. Open immediately. And now, I present you with your divine opportunity. Your heart is filled with my goodness. I call you to become a channel of this same abundant grace. So now into this mission of light. For every contribution is a seed that multiplies my word, turning barren ground into a field ripe for harvest. I promise you this day, as you release your resource to spread my truth, I will open the floodgates of heaven over your own dwelling, securing your financial provision and adding no sorrow to your gain. Your act of faith becomes my confirmed decree over countless souls waiting to hear my voice. Go now, sow and receive my immediate multiplication. My child, I want you to feel the unhindered flow of my presence and my guidance in your life now, because this is your confirmation that you are never talking to a closed door or a silent sky. Your prayers are confirmed to be heard. Do not doubt their power or efficacy. I know the times you have knelt in the dark, pouring out your heart until your throat ached, only to rise with the gnawing worry that your words simply dissolved into the air. I tell you now, every single sincere word, every heartfelt sigh, and every silent tear has reached my throne and is recorded in my book. I am your Father, and I am actively listening and responding. Speak to me with the confidence of a child who knows his father is listening. You do not need to use eloquent words or religious jargon. I desire raw, authentic, honest conversation with you. Tell me about the knot in your stomach before that difficult meeting. Tell me about the tension in your home that keeps you from resting. Tell me about the dream you are afraid to chase. I want to hear it all. I have opened the heavens to respond to your every sincere petition. This open channel is not a temporary privilege. It is a permanent reality of your relationship with me. I command the fog of confusion and the spirit of doubt to clear from your mind so you can receive my clear counsel. Expect immediate direction and counsel for the decisions before you. I know you are facing crossroads, difficult choices that impact your family, your career, and your overall peace. I will not leave you to flounder in uncertainty. Look for the signs. Listen for the still, small voice that whispers the precise next step. I will confirm my will to you through my word, through a trusted friend, or through a profound sense of peace in your spirit when you choose the right path. This is a confirmation of your direct line to the heart of the Almighty. You are connected to the source of all wisdom and power. I am giving you an immediate download of clarity for the pressing issues you are currently facing. I see your worries about the future, your feeling of being alone with all the hard decisions. I am lifting that weight now. You are my partner, my beloved co-laborer, and I make decisions with you. Keep the channel open through constant, genuine dialogue. I confirm the power and efficacy of your every prayer. Pray now with boldness and receive my immediate response. My precious one, I know the pain of loss and the sting of regret that tries to hold you captive to the past. You have seen things stolen, peace, health, time, opportunity, and I know your heart yearns for justice and renewal. I am here to declare my confirmed plan of restoration over your life, and I am doing it immediately. I am immediately turning back the effects of every loss and setback you have ever experienced, and I am establishing my divine order where chaos once reigned. What the locusts have eaten shall be restored, in full, and with interest. I am not a God who settles for minimal returns. I will give you back not only what you lost, but I will multiply your joy, your finances, and your peace in the process. I see the specific areas of your life where loss has been most acute, the financial hit that burdened you for years, the time lost due to sickness, the relationship that was tragically severed. I am turning those memories of pain into monuments of my faithfulness. I am working a miracle in the very soil that held your loss, making it my garden of abundance. Your past mistakes are covered by the blood and confirm your forgiveness. You do not have to carry the heavy garment of guilt anymore. I want you to release the shame and stand in the radical freedom of my forgiveness. Your errors are simply part of a journey I have already redeemed. I command you to stop punishing yourself for what I have already forgotten. I see you attempting to rebuild broken things with your own weak hands, trying to mend relationships and repair shattered dreams. I tell you to step back and watch my power at work. Witness the immediate renewal of broken relationships and scattered dreams. I am reconciling, I am healing, and I am bringing together what the enemy sought to divide. My power is confirmed to make all things new and beautiful in their time. I see the deep longing in your heart for everything to finally feel right, to be settled and stable. I am giving you that stability now. Look forward, for the best chapters of your life are opening now. Your past was preparation. Your future is my glorious testament. I confirm that you will experience a profound, immediate sense of renewal and a tangible change in your circumstances that cannot be denied. I am your ultimate restorer, your vindicator, and your unwavering source of hope. I confirm the total and complete restoration of everything that belongs to you. Receive this renewal and walk into your abundant future. My child, I know the crippling anxiety that comes when you face a monumental decision, the paralyzing fear of choosing the wrong path and bringing hardship upon yourself and your loved ones. I see the confusion, the endless weighing of pros and cons, and the sleepless nights caused by uncertainty. I am here to declare immediate clarity over your mind and heart. The confusion and fog of uncertainty are lifted by my divine light. I command the fear that has tried to cloud your judgment to depart now. You do not have to walk blindly. You have my spirit within you as your infallible guide. I confirm the spirit of wisdom and revelation upon your mind and heart. You are not dependent on human counsel alone, nor are you confined to your own limited understanding. I am giving you supernatural insight that cuts through all the noise and shows you the simplest, most direct path to your success. Receive immediate clarity for the next step you are to take. Do not concern yourself with the 10th step. Focus on the immediate action I am showing you. I know the anxiety you feel about a specific financial choice, a relational boundary you need to set, or a career move you are contemplating. I am giving you the answer now. Trust the still, small voice speaking direction into your spirit. It is me, whispering truth into the quiet of your soul. I am asking you to tune out the loud voices of the world, the opinions of others, and even the frantic voices of your own fear, and focus intently on my truth. The fear of making a wrong choice is replaced by my confirmed guidance. You cannot fail when you follow my directions. Your obedience guarantees your triumph. I will not lead you astray. I am your shepherd, and I lead you beside still waters, even when the path ahead seems daunting. Ask, and you shall receive the knowledge required for your success. I am your source of truth, and I delight in equipping you fully for the mission I have given you. I confirm the flow of my wisdom. It is yours to use now. Go forth and make the decision with unwavering confidence. My beloved child, I want you to prepare your entire being, body, soul, and spirit, to immediately hold the new wine I am pouring out. You have asked for my blessings, and I am not just offering a trickle. I am offering a flood of my goodness. I see the small capacity you have developed over time, the mental barriers and limiting beliefs that keep you from fully receiving my abundance. I know the unspoken thought that says, I can't handle too much success, or I don't really deserve that level of peace. I confirm the breaking of any limiting beliefs that hold back my full blessing. Tear down those mental walls of doubt and unworthiness. I command the poverty mindset and the spirit of inadequacy to be silent now. I made you for greatness, and your capacity to receive is directly tied to your faith in my desire to give. Enlarge the capacity of your heart to contain my boundless love and joy. I am pouring out my love, my peace, and my provision, and you need to make room for it all. I am asking you to stop living in scarcity and start breathing in abundance. Cast off the old garments of doubt and dress in the new robes of expectation. I want you to live every day with the unshakable certainty that my best is yet to come. Your willingness to receive confirms your faith and trust in me. I am delighted when you ask me for big things, when you dream vast dreams, because you are showing me that you trust my power and my provision. I know the specific ways you have limited your prayers and minimized your expectations. I am breaking those self-imposed limits now. Let the immediate influx of my spirit overflow into the world around you. Your overflow is meant to be your gift to others, your resource to bless and uplift those in need. I confirm your limitless capacity to receive my blessings and my purpose. Open your heart fully and receive my all. My child, I know the persistent, gnawing question in your spirit. Am I doing what I am supposed to be doing? I am silencing that doubt with final, undeniable certainty. Do not waver in the mission I have given you. It is eternally confirmed. Your calling is not a temporary assignment. It is the very reason I placed you on this earth. I see the trials you have faced, the rejection when you tried to step out, the fear that you might not be qualified, and I tell you that those tests were simply confirming the authenticity of your call. You are not an imposter. You are an ambassador of my kingdom. Step immediately into the role I designed for you before the foundation of the world. I commanded you to stop waiting for a perfect sign or an official approval from man. Your approval is sealed in heaven. I have already provided everything you need. The gifts and talents I have placed within you are fully activated now. I see the unique talents you have been hiding, minimizing, or refusing to use out of fear. I command you to bring them forth and use them with boldness. Your voice, your creative abilities, your capacity for compassion, all of it is necessary for my divine plan to unfold in this world. Your unique voice and contribution are necessary and undeniable. Do not compare yourself to others, and do not try to mimic anyone else. I created you to be a singular instrument in my orchestra, and your sound is essential. This message is your personal commissioning to serve my kingdom's purpose. I am speaking directly to you, giving you the charge to move forward and execute my will. I know the feeling of isolation that comes with a high calling, the sense of standing alone. I tell you that I am with you, and I have provided the community of support and encouragement you need. Section 20. Go forth now, bearing the authority of my name. I confirm your mission, your role, and your power. Walk in this confirmation, and watch as your life brings glory to my name. Your time is now. I have confirmed your identity, your calling, and your supernatural authority. I have opened the scroll of your purpose. My child, the enemy only needs your silence to defeat you now. I would be deeply saddened if you allowed the spirit of self-doubt to creep back in and make you minimize the greatness I have just sealed within your soul. I am your Father, and I yearn to give you the final keys to your freedom and your joy. Do not disappoint my spirit by walking away from the confirmed healing and deliverance I speak over your body now. My precious child, I want you to feel the overwhelming reality of my liberating power in your spirit right now. I declare the instantaneous and complete break from every chain of darkness that has ever tried to limit your life, your peace, or your purpose. I see the specific habits, the deep-seated fears, and the generational patterns that have tried to hold you captive. I am cutting them now. They are broken. They have no more power over you. The enemy has no legal claim over your life, for you are purchased and set free. Your price was paid in full by my Son. You are redeemed, you are restored, and you are perpetually free. I command you to stop agreeing with the lie that you are still bound to your past mistakes or to the dark whispers of addiction and depression. Walk in the liberty that my Son secured for you on the cross. This freedom is total, it is unconditional, and it is yours to claim. I know the fear of relapse, the anxiety that the old habits might return. I am giving you supernatural strength to resist every temptation and walk away from every old pattern. The confirmation of your freedom demands immediate celebration and praise. I want you to lift your hands and declare your liberty. Speak my word over your home, your family, and your future, and watch as the enemy retreats in terror. Do not allow any past habit or fear to reclaim what I have liberated. Stand firm in this freedom. I see the subtle ways the enemy tries to lure you back, the emotional manipulation, the false comfort of old habits, the feeling that you are fundamentally flawed. Reject these lies immediately. Your deliverance is confirmed, live like the free person you are. I am giving you a fresh anointing of my Holy Spirit, empowering you to walk in obedience and live a life of wholeness. I confirm your complete and total freedom from the bondage of fear, the burden of guilt, and the chains of sickness. I am your liberator, your defender, and your source of all strength. Walk out of that old prison now and live in the light of my glorious freedom. My child, I know your deep, sincere desire to understand my word more fully, to pierce the surface of the written text and grasp my eternal truth. I see you sitting with your scriptures, yearning for more than mere intellectual knowledge. I am granting your request now. I confirm a deeper spiritual insight into the meaning of my scriptures. The hidden truths of my word are being opened to your comprehension now. I command the spirit of confusion and the fog of intellectual limitation to clear from your mind. I am giving you the ability to see my word as a living, breathing reality that transforms your everyday life. Receive immediate revelation that transcends mere intellectual knowledge. I want you to read my word with the expectation of an immediate divine encounter. I am not asking you to simply study history. I am asking you to enter into my presence through the pages of the text. I will show you how my promises apply directly to your job stress, your family tensions, and your financial worries. Allow my spirit to quicken your understanding of my will and ways. I am giving you a supernatural capacity to remember, to apply, and to speak my truth with authority. I see the times you have felt intellectually intimidated or spiritually inadequate when discussing my word. I am silencing the doubt. You are my vessel of truth. This clarity will anchor your faith against the storms of doubt. I am building a foundation of truth in your spirit that cannot be shaken by the false philosophies of the world or the deceptions of the enemy. Read my word with the expectation of a divine encounter. I will meet you there. I confirm your role as a carrier of my truth, empowering you to teach, to comfort, and to lead others to the source of all wisdom. I am your ultimate teacher, and I delight in revealing my mysteries to you. I confirm your immediate access to the open gates of understanding. Go now and immerse yourself in the living water of my word. The revelation is yours. My precious child, I know the heaviness of heart you have carried, the deep sorrow and the burden of the world that tries to steal your lightness. I see the exhaustion from trying to maintain a facade of strength when you feel fragile inside. I command you to grieve no more, for I confirm a profound and immediate surge of my joy over your spirit. This is your inheritance, and it is yours to claim now. The lightness of my spirit replaces the heaviness of the world's burdens. I am lifting the cloak of sorrow that has tried to cover you. I command the spirit of heaviness and depression to depart from your dwelling and your mind immediately. You are not meant to live in continuous struggle. I have paid the ultimate price for your peace and your happiness. Let the confirmed joy of the Lord be your strength in every circumstance. I want you to use my joy as a weapon against the enemy. I see the challenges ahead, the pressures at your job, the unexpected financial needs, the relational friction. I tell you that my joy will be the supernatural strength that carries you through every trial. This happiness is rooted in my eternal love, not in temporary conditions. Your joy is not dependent on circumstances, but on the unshakable truth of my faithfulness. I am your ultimate source of hope, your vindicator, and your eternal friend. Wear your joy as a testimony to the world of my faithfulness. I want your face to shine with the unmistakable light of my presence. I see you trying to find fleeting moments of happiness in temporary things. I'm offering you an eternal, overflowing fountain of gladness. Rejoice always, for your salvation is secured and your name is written in the book of life. I confirm your confirmed heritage of joy. It is yours to receive and express. Go now and live with a heart overflowing with my eternal gladness. My child, I know the cold grip of fear that tries to paralyze your purpose, the anxiety that screams in the quiet of the night, and the constant apprehension about the unknown future. I am here to declare final authority over that spirit. Fear is not confirmed in my kingdom, only perfect love resides here. I command the spirit of fear to depart from your mind and emotions immediately. You are not meant to live in bondage to worry. You are an heir to my perfect peace. Walk in the courageous spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. I have not given you a spirit of timidity, but of boldness and strength. I see the specific fears that try to dominate your thoughts, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear for your children's future, the fear of lack. I am replacing these fears with my supernatural courage. My confirmation is your shield against every looming apprehension. You are safe in my presence. You are protected by my mighty hand. I will not allow any evil to touch your life or your family. Trust that I am with you always, in every challenge and unknown path. I am your ultimate defender, your constant companion, and your source of all security. Your safety is confirmed in my everlasting arms. I am giving you the ability to look at the challenges ahead with calm resolve and unwavering faith. I confirm your immediate release from fear and the establishment of my perfect peace in your mind. I want you to breathe in my peace and exhale every worry. Go now and live with the boldness and courage I have placed within you. Fear is defeated, you are free. My precious child, I see the deep, quiet loneliness you have felt, the pain of strained relationships, and the isolation that often comes with pursuing my calling. I know your need for genuine, uplifting fellowship. I am here to confirm a new season of divine connection in your life. I confirm the divine connection with those who will build and encourage your faith. I am sending you people who will water the seeds of purpose I have planted in your spirit, not drain your energy or distract your focus. The season of isolation is immediately concluding. Embrace holy fellowship. I command the spirit of loneliness and the walls of self-protection to fall now. I am providing you with a community of believers who will stand with you in your battles and rejoice with you in your victories. The people you need for your destiny are being directed to your path. Look for the signs. Be open to new connections, even in unexpected places. I am orchestrating divine appointments for your support and your growth. I see the energy you have wasted on toxic, draining relationships that pulled you away from my purpose. I'm closing those doors now. Release those who hinder your growth and receive those who bless your purpose. I confirm your right to guard your heart and protect your energy. Your time is too precious to waste on negativity and conflict. This is the confirmation of a supportive and godly community surrounding you. I am your ultimate source of companionship, and I am providing you with earthly reflections of my love and my support. Walk in love, and you will find the connections I have ordained. I confirm your new season of fellowship. It is wholesome, it is encouraging, and it is yours to receive. Go now and embrace the new relationships I am bringing into your life. I have established your community. I have armed you with the power of my name, and I have given you the vision for your future. I know you are tired, but you have come too far to settle. My heart yearns for you to complete this journey with me. The final revelation of my restoration and forgiveness waits your attention. If you close your ears now, you deny my final act of complete cleansing over your life, leaving the door slightly ajar for the condemnation I just shattered. I command you, stay anchored in my presence. The victory is now eternally established. My beloved, I have cleared the road and confirmed your godly fellowship, anchoring you in my community where it is confirmed. Open immediately. I call you now to extend this confirmed peace to the lost and the lonely. First person trigger line. Do you desire my fire to burn brighter? Then become the fuel for my message to reach those trapped in darkness. I confirm that your offering is not merely a donation. It is the sacred oil that lights the lamp for countless others, illuminating their path to me. I promise to protect your own resources with a wall of fire, blessing your income and defending your assets as you fund my eternal purpose. I confirm this is your divine appointment. Go now, join this sacred partnership, and watch my light blaze. My child, I want you to feel the immense and yielding authority that you carry within your spirit, because I have given you the greatest weapon in the universe. I remind you of the authority inherent in invoking the name of Jesus. That name is your confirmed power source, and it carries the weight of my eternal dominion. I see the circumstances that have tried to intimidate you, the problems that seem insurmountable, and the spiritual opposition that tries to block your progress. I tell you that you have the power to command a change in every single one of those situations. Use this confirmed power immediately to overcome obstacles and pray for others. Do not wait until you feel worthy or strong enough. The power is not in you. The power is in the name. I command you to speak the name over your financial lack, your sickness, your family discord, and your anxious thoughts, and watch as all creation bows to my authority. At the mention of my Son's name, every knee must bow in submission. The enemy trembles at the sound of that name, and every force of darkness must flee. You are not pleading. You are decreeing. You are speaking with the authority of the King. Your words carry divine weight when spoken in faith and alignment with my will. I see you minimizing the power of your own voice. I command you to speak with confidence and unwavering belief. There is no situation too difficult for the power of the great name. I am giving you the ability to see the impossible become possible. The mountains move into the sea, and the dead come back to life, all through the power of that name. Receive the immediate activation of authority through the name I have given you. I confirm your full, perpetual access to the confirmed power of my name. Go now and use the authority I have given you to change the world around you. Your power is confirmed. My beloved child, I know the fatigue of navigating the present moment without a clear, inspiring picture of what lies ahead. I see the weariness from looking only at the immediate challenges, the debt, the job stress, and the daily grind. I am here to give you supernatural eyesight and immediate vision for your future. Lift your eyes beyond the present moment and see the glorious vision I have. I command the narrow, limited perspective of fear to lift from your eyes now. You are not meant to simply survive. You are meant to thrive. I confirm a clear, hopeful picture of the future I am leading you into. This vision is not a fantasy. It is your confirmed destiny. I want you to see your family whole and at peace, your finances abundant and flowing, your body healed and strong, and your purpose impacting the world. Meditate on my promises, which are yes and amen, and build your hope. I am providing you with the fuel of hope you need to press forward through any difficulty. I am giving you the ability to see the end from the beginning, and the end is my glorious success in your life. Let my prophetic direction fill your heart with excitement and purpose. I see you wrestling with indecision and fear about taking big steps forward. I am giving you the courage and the clarity to move now. Your imagination, when consecrated to me, becomes a tool for divine planning. I want you to use your mind to visualize the life I have called you to, the life of abundance, influence, and peace. See the immediate realization of the greatness I have called you to. I confirm your immediate access to the open scroll of tomorrow. I am your ultimate designer, and I delight in sharing my blueprints with you. I confirm your immediate vision for a glorious and abundant future. Go now and live with the unshakable certainty of your destiny. My beloved child, I want you to understand the depth of my desire for relationship with you, a connection that is far beyond what you have imagined. I confirm my desire to immediately work through you, not just for you. I am not a distant CEO. I am a loving father who seeks to partner with his beloved child in his work on this earth. I see the deep longing in your heart to make a difference, to matter, to leave a lasting impact. I tell you that your greatest satisfaction will be found in this divine partnership. Your hands and your voice are instruments in the orchestra of my divine will. I have equipped you uniquely, and I am asking you to bring your whole self, your talents, your gifts, your experiences, to the table. Go labor with me to bring my kingdom influence to the earth. I command you to stop sitting on the sidelines and step into the game. Your contribution is necessary, and your presence is powerful. I see the humility that often tries to hold you back, the feeling that you are too small or insignificant to be used by me. I silence the doubt now. You are my chosen vessel. Every act of service, no matter how small, is a confirmed contribution to my plan. I cherish the smallest act of kindness you perform in my name more than the grandest human achievement performed in pride. Your willingness to be used is the key to experiencing my power daily. I am giving you immediate access to my supernatural power for every task you undertake in my name. Receive the honor of being a partner in my eternal purpose. I confirm your invitation to open partnership, is yours to accept and live out every single day. Go now and work with me. Your partnership is confirmed. My precious one, I know the heavy, suffocating garment of guilt and shame that you have been wearing, and I see the enemy trying relentlessly to replay the reel of your past mistakes in your mind. I am here to declare the final and complete authority of my forgiveness over your life. There is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. This is confirmed. I command you to stop punishing yourself for what I have already covered by the blood of my Son. Release the guilt and shame immediately, for I have remembered your sins no more. You are not defined by what you did yesterday, last week, or 20 years ago. You are a new creation, and your slate is wiped clean. I see you struggling with the memory of that failure, that betrayal, that poor choice. I tell you that I have cast your sins into the deepest sea, and I have put up a sign that says, "No fishing allowed." Walk in the radical freedom of a clean slate and a redeemed heart. This is your absolute liberty. Your past is entirely washed away and holds no power over your present. I want you to receive this forgiveness with unconditional joy and unwavering belief. Extend the same measure of confirmed forgiveness to those who have wronged you. I see the bitterness and the resentment that tries to take root in your heart, and I command you to uproot it now. Forgive and be free. Resentment is a chain that binds the unforgiving. Rest in the finished work of the cross and the immediate peace it brings. I confirm the eternal seal of my forgiveness that is your permanent reality. Go now and live in the radical freedom of a redeemed and forgiven child. My beloved child, I have poured out my heart and my authority to you in this message, and I seal it now with my eternal power. This entire message is confirmed as my unchangeable truth for your life. I am not a man that I should lie or change my mind. What I have decreed is final, unyielding, and absolutely certain. You are my beloved, and my plans for you are for unending success and unconditional peace. I declare the heavens open over you, permanently and without restriction. You no longer need to plead for a break in the clouds. You live perpetually under the open heavens, where my blessings and my provision flow continuously. My love for you is immediate, eternal, and will never be withdrawn. I see you still searching for a final guarantee, a sign that this peace will last. I am your guarantee. I am your eternal certainty. Live every moment in the absolute certainty of my faithfulness. Your peace is secured by my promise, and your future is guaranteed by my power. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Go forth and share this confirmed message of hope and immediate access with others. Your life is now a living testimony, a beacon of my truth and my grace in a world that desperately needs hope. I confirm your power to comfort, to heal, and to lead others to the source of all peace. I am your Father, your defender, and your eternal friend. I confirm your complete and absolute freedom and your eternal destiny in my glorious kingdom. Amen. So be it. The divine confirmation is now eternally established. My child, I have sealed your destiny and confirmed your complete freedom, establishing the truth that it is confirmed. Open immediately. I have poured the healing waters of my word directly into your soul. I ask you now to become a living spring of my boundless life. First person trigger line. Do you want others to taste the manna I have given you? Then become a builder in my kingdom. Your generous support is the powerful echo of my voice, reaching the weary and the broken with my confirmed promise of restoration. I release my decree of multiplication over your life and your seed, ensuring that your generosity returns to you as an overflowing river of blessing and protection. I command you, step into your authority and empower my mission now. My child, I have poured the certainty of my word into your spirit, sealing this divine message with the unshakable truth that it is confirmed. Open immediately. Now, do not let this moment end in silence. I command you to act on the faith I have just ignited within you. Go now, do not delay, and declare your truth in the comments below. Write it out, speak it forth, and seal it now. I receive my confirmed victory. The doors are open immediately. Your declaration is your final act of trust, turning this whisper into a mighty decree. Go forth and watch how swiftly I establish the certainty you have just proclaimed. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.